Good morning, everyone. Okay, so today we are going to deal with a word called communication. So communication. So today is 16th of Mongshir, hmm, and we are going to continue the topic called communication. So yesterday also we have learned so many things about the communication. Okay, uh, so what type of communication must be there? The communication must be effective one. Okay, so where the people will speak and the next must be listening also. And not only listening, they must understand also. So one is speaking and next one is not understanding anything. Okay, so maybe there is a slightly the breaking of the tone, right? So तिमीहरूको बोल्ने pattern नै अर्कै छ. Okay, so if the people, so he's putting some pan inside their mouth and he's speaking, okay, but the listener, he's not able to understand because the mouth is full of pan, okay, the salivas and all. So गर्छ अरे, so he is speaking from his way, but the next person is not able to understand the thing. So that is not the effective communication. So one must listen and next must understand the thing. So that we have learned yesterday. Okay, so and the planning or the research. So it is a most effective tool for us. Okay, so communication नै we can transport the thing, we can have the good manpower. Okay, so if we want to train to someone, okay, if you want to train to someone, हामीले training कसैलाई दिनुपर्नेछ भने what we need to do. So we need to uh, communicate with them. Okay, so we need to operate the machines in this way. Okay, so यसरी चलाउने, यसरी start गर्ने, so that is the communication the person is doing it. Okay, and the next person, they must follow the instruction. Okay, so बोल्दै गर्छ नि भन्छ भने, so that is not the effective communication. Okay, so one must speak and next must listen and also they must understand the thing. Okay. Okay, yesterday we have learned about the importance of communication. So let us learn the types of communication. Okay, so अलिकति त हामीले कुरा गरेको थियौँ. Okay, so we have to talk a small topic arrow of this type of communication. So let us learn. Okay, so what are the types of communication? Okay, so one is the internal communication, the communication which is done inside the office. Okay, एउटा office भित्र नै हामी if we do the communication. Okay, suppose inside a classroom. Okay, so we are inside the classroom. We are in class 9. Okay, so we are communicating with each other. So if you have any problem, we have any doubt and all, okay, so this is the thing that we communicate with each other. Okay, so do we have any plan regarding our future and all? Okay, that is also the thing we are communicating with each other. Okay, so if we need to ask from someone who is outsiders, okay, so class 9 class 10 okay, so is there anyone who has done something vanera? So if we ask to someone who is out of the business, okay, so who is out of the class, so that is called the external communication by the particular मान्छेहरु. Okay, so that is called the external communication. Otherwise, so तिमीहरुको सियोन स्कुललाई नै लिन्छौ भने, so this is a big organization भन्यो अरे, and this organization को भित्र तिमीहरुले communicate गर्छौ अरे भने, that is the internal communication. Okay, so we can consider a small class as a internal communication and by the particular we call external communication. Otherwise, you're a whole organization like you're internal बनाएर किनभने एउटै organization हो नि त. Okay, and if we consider the whole organization as the internal communication and यो स्कुल बाहेकको अथवा the organization बाहेककोलाई चाहिँ we call it the external communication. Okay, so अर्को example लिने हो भने घरभित्रको सल्लाह जुन गर्छौ, communication गर्छौ, so that is the internal. And if you do the communication with the outsider of the house, so that is the external communication. Okay, and the internal communication may be the downward, that means managerले कुरा कोसँग गर्छ त, manager भन्दा ठुलो कोही हुन्छ हुँदैन. Again, the boss, the directors. Okay, so CEO, so they are the head of the department. So that means, so उसले ऊ भन्दा माथि कोही छैन. That means he is going to speak with the person who is below his post. So that is the downward communication. Downward communication and so those who are the top level person and he is communicating with the lower level person. अलिकति आफूभन्दा junior सँग कुरा गर्दैछ भने, that is the downward communication. तलतिर. Okay, so downward, that means आफू पनि कहिलेकाहीँ तलतिर सानो junior level सँग बोल्नु पर्ने हुन्छ. They need to train होइन त यसरी मोटिभेसन गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ सो इफ द पर्सन गेट्स मोटिभेटेड नि सो हि डज मोर वर्क ओके सो स्टुडेन्टहरूलाई किन टिचरहरूले मोटिभेट गरिराख्नुहुन्छ बिकज दे विल स्टडी बेटर ओके सो द पर्सन विदाउट मोटिभेसन दे डजन्ट डु एनिथिङ सो मोटिभ चाहिँ हुनु पर्यो एउटा उद्देश्य हुनु पर्यो वाइ आई एम लर्निङ फर माई फ्युचर ओके सो वाट विल ह्यापन इफ यु लर्न your future will be bright, your parents' future will be bright. Okay, so do not think for yourself only, think about the entire thing. Okay, so that means your future, your parents, your upcoming. So do not make your generation, the upcoming generation, feel that your father or your mother doesn't do anything. Okay, मेरो मम्मी बाबाले पढ्नै भएन उहाँले के गर्न सक्नु भएन so let your upcoming generation do not say like that for you all okay so that means you need to speak you need to do something for your future generation otherwise for your parents okay so अलिकति सेल्फिस भन्दा पनि अलिकति यसरी चाहिँ सोचौँ हामी चाहिँ अलिकति वाइडली सोचौँ so that will be the wide range communication okay so downward communication must be there upward means म लोवर लेभलको स्टाफ हो म चाहिँ अब अप्पर लेभलमा जानुपर्ने हुन्छ द्याट मिन्स आई वान्ट टु टक विथ डिरेक्टर सर ओके सो वाट इज द्याट सो द्याट इज द अपवर्ड कम्युनिकेसन म तलतिर गइनँ ओके मेरो जुनियर स्टाफसँग कुरा गरिनँ म चाहिँ अब हायर लेभलसँग कुरा गर्छु द्याट इज द अपवर्ड कम्युनिकेसन ओके एन्ड नेक्स्ट वान इज द लेटरल कम्युनिकेसन वाट इज दिस लेटरल कम्युनिकेसन लेटरल भनेको चाहिँ एउटै लेभलको पर्सनसँग चाहिँ कुरा गर्छु लाइक अनुप सर एन्ड मी ओके सो वी आर द सेम लेभल पिपल द्याट मिन्स वी आर द senior level teachers okay so if we are communicating with the senior level teachers so then that is the lateral communication if we are talking with the junior teachers that means those who are teaching in the lower classes okay once again that is the so that is called the downward communication so if we are talking with the upper level that means if we are talking with the director sir principal sir vice principal sir that is called the upward communication that means we are talking with the higher level post okay that is called the internal communication एउटा अफिस भित्रकै कुराकानी हो यो so external communication means those communication which we do out of the organization like तिमीहरूको नेसनल र इन्टरनेसनल भनेको छ ओके सो नेसनल मिन्स अफिस बाहिरको तर देशभित्रैको ओके दोज people which are out of the organization but they are inside the organization inside the country nation means country okay देशभित्रकै अरू मान्छेसँग चाहिँ हामी बोल्दैछौँ लाइक आउट अफ सियोन आउट अफ द स्कुल बट द पिपल हु आर इनसाइड द कन्ट्री कन्ट्रीभित्रकै पिपलसँग हामी कुरा गर्छौँ भने द्याट इज द इन्टरनल सरी एक्सटर्नल कम्युनिकेसन ओके सो नेसनल एक्सटर्नल कम्युनिकेसन इन्टरनेसनल भन्छ भने चाहिँ सो इफ वी आर टकिङ विथ द पर्सन आउट अफ द अर्गनाइजेसन मात्रै होइन आउट अफ द कन्ट्री okay that means the people who are situated in India otherwise if the Korean people will come okay so if Korean people like so we need to communicate with them so what strategy they are taking it okay so if we are communicating in that way okay so the country people that is the government okay so they need to speak with the people who are out of the country isn't it so they need to make a good bilateral communication bilateral relationship okay so bilateral मात्रै हैन so bilateral को दुईटा कन्ट्रीसँग राम्रो सम्बन्ध so suppose we need to they need to make the communication with China people they need to make the communication with the Indian people so American people Donald Trump अस्ति भर्खर गइसके अब त okay so if this type of people सँग communication गर्नुपर्छ that is the international communication बाहिर this बाहिरको people सँग चाहिँ if you need to communicate international communication okay so these are the things which I have explained in brief okay like हेरौँ त अब internal communication so the act of exchanging the information between the people and the department inside the organization okay organization भित्र नै हामी communicate गर्छौं that is the internal communication so it takes place between or among the department for informing and coordinating their activities okay and the internal communication can be divided as follows okay so whatever it is underlined please do it as your homework and all okay so downward communication downward भनेको अघि पनि भने so तलतिर junior level if I am talking with the junior level downward communication downward भनेको तलतिर जानु पर्यो नि त I need to speak with the lower level people okay so the process of transmitting the official information by the superior to the subordinates ओके सुपिरियर भनेको ठुलो मान्छे चाहिँ आफ्नो जुनियर लेभलसँग चाहिँ इफ वी क्यान स्पिक इफ यु स्पिक otherwise you can give that definition in this way also the process of transmitting the official information by senior level staff to junior level staff okay that also you can say instead of superior यो चाहिँ अलिकति फास्ट वर्ड भयो अलिकति तिमीलाई सिम्प्लिफाई गर्ने हो भने चाहिँ senior level staff to junior level staff also you can write down. Or the subordinate भनेको junior level staff सँग if we communicate in that way then that is called the downward communication. है so top level to medium level or lower level. So ठुलो मान्छे चाहिँ आफू भन्दा जुनियर सँग कुरा गर्छन् that is the downward communication. Upward communication upward भनेको मास्तिर जानु पर्यो that is मास्तिरको मान्छेसँग कुरा गर्नु पर्यो मास्तिर भनेको so the upper level okay आफूभन्दा हाई पोस्टको मान्छेसँग कुरा गर्नु पर्यो that is the upward communication the process of transmitting the official information by the subordinate के भने subordinate भनेको junior okay so if you need to talk if you are the junior level staff and you need to talk with the superior भनेको senior level staff सँग कुरा गर्नुपर्ने छ भने that is the upward communication otherwise you can write down in this way also the process of transmitting the official information by junior level staff okay to senior level staff is called upward communication okay so the suggestion the performance okay so यसरी माग्ने हो भने so what we need to do so we need to do the communication in that way okay so lateral communication भनेको एउटै लेभलको मान्छेसँग चाहिँ कुरा गर्छ lateral भनेको सिधा न त माथि जानु पर्यो न त तल जानु पर्यो इट्स द सेम लेभल स्टाफसँग इफ वी कम्युनिकेट देन द्याट इज द lateral communication चाहे त्यो सिनियर लेभल नै होस् ओके प्रिन्सिपल भाइस प्रिन्सिपल छ या त अप्पर लेभल ओके सो हामी मिडियम लेभल होला सायद ओके अनि हामीभन्दा अझै लोवर लेभल पनि होला ओके सो लोवर लेभल कम्युनिकेट गर्छ नि द्याट इज अल्सो द lateral अप्पर लेभल कम्युनिकेट गर्नुहुन्छ द्याट इज अल्सो द lateral ओके सो मिडियम लेभलको स्टाफहरू कुरा गर्नुहुन्छ द्याट इज अल्सो द lateral communication सो सेम लेभलको स्टाफहरू so mother र father communicate गर्नुहुन्छ lateral communication because they are the senior most okay so father को कुरा फादरले चाहिँ छोराछोरीलाई कुरा गर्नुहुन्छ उहाँ त ठुलो सिनियरदेखि जुनियरमा जानुहुन्छ जुनियरलाई कम्युनिकेट गर्दै हुन्छ बाबु यस्तो नगर है भनेर if they are saying to your father to saying the father is saying to the juniors to the students okay otherwise to the children then that is the downward communication okay if you are communicating with the father okay so father so I need money because I need to buy some books and so on that is the upward communication because you need to communicate to the upper level okay आफूभन्दा सिनियर सँग कुरा गर्नुपर्छ भने that is the upper level communication okay मास्तिर फर्किनेलाई चाहिँ upward communication तलतिर फर्किनेलाई त्यस्तो होइन है okay अब तिमीहरूको साथी मास्तिर छटमा छ अरे अनि तिमीहरू ओए चङ्गाते भन्छ भने द्याट इज नट द अप्पर लेभल कम्युनिकेसन सिनियर र जुनियरको चाहिँ कुरा गरेको है okay so external communication the act of exchanging the information between the internal individual and the office outside the organization is called the external communication so it receives the information relating to needs wants interest attitude complaints and suggestion from the customers okay so if हामी चाहिँ अब बाहिरको मान्छेसँग कम्युनिकेट गर्छौँ भने किन कम्युनिकेट गर्ने त किनभने we need to communicate to get the feedback from the customers okay उनीहरूले के चाहन्छ त उनीहरूको निड्स के हो त what are their interest what are their attitudes okay so तिनीहरूको के प्रतिक्रिया आउँदैछ त by taking that food okay so if we have the chips with us okay हामीसँग चिप्स छ अरे okay so we are giving them to taste the chips then so what are their attitude what are their reaction so upon it पिरो पो भयो नुनिलो भयो okay so टेस्ट मिठो भएन okay so यो गर्दा चाहिँ हुन्छ है भनेर so who is going to give the suggestion to us the outsider is going to give the suggestion to us okay so complaint suggestion everything whatever they are giving because they are out of the business okay so भन्छ नि बाहिरको मान्छेले चाहिँ तिमीलाई सजेसन अथवा केही कम्युनिकेसन गराउँछ नभए केही तिमीले सजेसन माग्छौ भने द्याट इज कल्ड द एक्सटर्नल कम्युनिकेसन ओके and the communication the external communication can be divided as follows one is the national I told you national भनेको देशभित्रको communication अनि international means this बाहिरको communication. The process of transmitting the official information between two offices or organization कहाँपट्टि within the country. Okay, so organization भन्दा बाहिर त गयो तर it is within the country. Okay, देशभित्र नै communication गर्छ भने that is the national communication. Okay, so next one is the international communication. International communication means those communication which is done out of the organization मात्रै हैन, they are done out of the country, different between the different countries, like they are mostly done in case of the big organization. Okay, so तिमीहरुको Wi-Fi, it is not sold in not only in Nepal but it is sold in other countries also. That means Vinod Chaudhary, who is the owner of this Wi-Fi, okay, so he need to communicate with the other country people also. Okay, so how many packets you need, how many cartons do you need, okay, so how to travel from one place to another. That means he's not communicating in Nepal only, he's communicating out of Nepal also. Okay, so that is the international communication. Is that okay or not? Okay, this बाहिरको लागि communication. So the neta, the people, the ministers, they are communicating with other countries. Okay, people. So they are having the good relationship with the other countries. Okay, so that is also kind of international communication. So means of communication. So हामीले धेरैवटा tools छ है, means of communication. So this is also the kind of important topic. एउटा क्वेशनमै छ खाइदियो. So what is the means of communication भनेर? The tools or the, okay, so एउटा भनिदिइहालौँ. So in the general meaning of means of communication, the way of communication. Okay, so we are using what? We are using the laptop. Others, we are using the mobile phones. We are using the internet facilities. Okay, अनि त्यहाँबाट चाहिँ के भइरहेछ त? We are getting the knowledge. I'm providing you the online the classes from the online mediums, that is internet हामी use गरिरहेका छौँ, web browsers we use गरिरहेका छौँ, Zoom class we are using it, okay, YouTube we are using it. So this are all the mediums, they are the means of communication. एउटा माध्यम हो. Okay, so means of transportation भने जस्तै means of communication. Means of transportation भनेको हामी केबाट चाहिँ transport गर्ने त, how we are moving from one place to another. Okay, so like bus, they are the means of transportation. Van, the car, the motorbike, they are the means of transportation भने जस्तै means of communication भनेको चाहिँ अब communication त गर्ने तर कसरी गर्ने त? Either we need to write on the letter, email, internet, that's what we are using it. Mobile phones we are using it. Okay, so landline we are using it, fax we are using it. Okay, so what type of ways of communication we are doing it to communicate within one country to next country, otherwise the one organization to next organization, or otherwise one department to next department. Okay, so how we are communicating, that we are going to learn right now. Okay, the tools and the technologies which facilitates for exchanging information, ideas and opinion between people and organization of the different places is called the means of communication. Okay, so tools and technology हामी जुन माध्यम युज गर्छौँ नि, टुल्सहरू युज गर्छौँ, ओके, टेक्नोलोजी युज गर्छौँ, ओके, जसले चाहिँ हामीलाई कम्युनिकेसन गर्नुको लागि हेल्प गर्छ. सो द्याट इज कल्ड द means of communication. The tools भन्नाले mobile phone we are using it, okay, fax machine we are using it, okay, so हामीले different types of communication medium use गर्छौँ. So that is the means of communication. Okay, so first one is the oral communication. Okay, so here also we are doing the oral communication. Right, so though I'm showing the words for you all, I'm showing you something word also for you all, but not only the word I'm saying. Okay, so word matrai हेरेका त तिमीले आफै पढ्नु पर्थ्यो, but what I am doing it, so I am giving you the words also. That means I'm saying something to you all, isn't it? So you are getting oral भनेको मुखले भन्ने, oral test भन्दा के हो त? Okay, so you are going to have the test by speaking. Okay, speaking communication भनौँ न. Okay, so oral. Okay, so so if the communication is done with the oral medium, verbal medium, speaking medium, okay, then that is called the oral communication. The method of exchanging the information verbally, that is speaking medium, then that is called the oral communication. Okay, so underline in your book. And the following are some of the important means of oral communication. So one is the telephone. Telephone. So is there any letter coming out in the telephone? Okay, suppose I told hello. That means, is there any word hello written somewhere else? Okay, so if I chat you in the messenger group, okay, so if I say you that so be ready, good afternoon my dear student, get ready after 5 minutes, get ready after this minute. Okay, so quick, something I write down, isn't it? Usually I write down this type of topics. Okay, so that there is no any oral word used over here. Okay, मेरो स्वर कतै सुन्दैनौ तिमीहरू. Maybe you imagine that word. Okay, समीर सरले यसरी बोल्नु वाला भनेर इमेजिन गर्छ होला. That is the imagination power. Okay, but what is seen over there? There is just a written word only. त्यहाँ तिमीहरूको स्वरहरू केही आएन. Okay, so that is the written communication. Okay, written communication जहाँ स्वरै आएको छैन, written communication. Radio, that is a oral communication, because there what we are going to see, we are not going to see anything, we are just going to listen only from there. Okay, हामीले कतै पढ्नु परेन, कतै के गर्नु परेन. Newspaper, that is also the written one. Okay, so this thing, okay, which you need to read yourself, written communication. Okay, भने oral communication where you can listen something. Okay, तिमीहरूले कहिलेकाहीँ प्रवचन सुनिरहेको होला, कहिलेकाहीँ तिमीहरूले एउटा मोटिभेसनल स्पिच सुनिरहेको होला. Okay, so that type of communication where you are speaking, okay, and next one is listening, so that is called the oral communication. So telephone is also kind of oral communication, because so you can speak. Okay, so एउटा वर्डहरू तिमीले सुनिरहेछौ भने that is the oral communication. Okay, so telephone is the popular and the quickest means of oral communication. So do you know who has invented this telephone? Graham Bell, isn't it? So the quickest means of oral communication, it is the modern technology of exchanging information between two-person offices with the help of wire connected system. Okay, so there are so many systems, STD, ISTD, okay. So these are the systems, so communication medium, so which is done by the wire. Okay, which is possible with the help of wire mediums. Okay, यो wire बाट तिमीहरुको कम्युनिकेट भइराछ. टेलिफोनहरु है, टेलिफोन भनेको ल्यान्डलाइन्सहरु. So 025 वाला तिमीहरुको ल्यान्डलाइन जुन छ, so त्यो ल्यान्डलाइन वाला. So if you are communicating from one country to one place to next place, then that is called the telephones. Okay, so this is the oldest and the quickest means of communication. So if I dial the number to someone and the next person is going to receive it, that means no need to wait. Okay, उसले कल पो पायो कि पाएन, उसले मेसेज पो हेर्यो कि हेरेन. Okay, so I don't have to imagine anything, because I have directly spoke with him. Okay, so hello, के गर्दैछौ? भात खाँदैछु. That means I am communicating with him directly. That means अब मैले सोचिराख्नु परेन भात खायो कि खाएन होला. Okay, so I have not written any message to him, I have spoke to him. That means so I have the verbal communication. I knew that he has taken the rice. I'm happy, I'm satisfied. I'm open भात खान्छु नि ल. Okay, so if that is the type of communication, then that is the telephone. Okay, so there are so many types of communication. So telephone, okay, nowadays. So local is there. Local भनेको तिमीहरुको community. So तिमीहरुको पहिला चाहिँ STD हरु पनि थियो है. So तिमीहरुको but now सबै तिमीहरु नेपालको जुनसुकैमा कल गर, that is considered as the local. So STD भनेको चाहिँ, so if you are having the call from one region, okay, so one region or there's one zone to next zone. Okay, so तिमीहरुको कोशी जोन, कर्णाली जोन के थियो नि तिमीहरुको हैन. So त्यसरी तिमीहरुको district, not only the zone but the district also. If the district or the zone varies, so तिमीहरुले धरानदेखि विराटनगर, because Dharan is the Sunsari and the next one is the Morang. Okay, so Viratnagar is the Morang. If you need to communicate among this one, then you need to pay more before around 10 years before. STD call भन्थ्यो त्यसलाई चाहिँ. Okay, subscriber trunk dialing भन्थ्यो STD. Okay, so you need to pay more. Okay, so त्यसलाई STD call भन्थ्यो. Okay, so if you need to call from one place to another place, okay, so it is the next district, then that is called the that was called the STD call. ISTD call means if you need to call someone who is out of the country, like somebody is in Dubai, Qatar, or there's India, America, somewhere else. then that was called the IST call. Okay, IST call. That means international subscriber dialing. Okay, so but because of this internet and all, अब यो टेलिफोनहरू बिस्तारै बिस्तारै बन्द हुँदैछ because we are communicating with each other through messenger, through Viber, so WhatsApp is there. Okay, so voting is there. So Zoom is also there. Okay, so if your parents is in Dubai, so you cannot do the face-to-face communication. Okay, so most of the parents maybe they are in Dubai. So what you can do, you can say them to use the Zoom. Okay, Zoom बाट चलाउने नि, you can use it. Voting voting you can communicate it. Okay, so you can do the face-to-face communication, isn't it? So that is a kind of so that is a so this is the telephone call and the other internet call. Right? Okay, so you can see the mobile phone. So telephone calls are there. So wire सँग चल्ने पहिला चाहिँ wire सँग connect हुन्थ्यो यस्तो मोबाइलहरु पनि. Okay, so they are the all telephone calls. Okay, so next one is the radio and television. So here also you can listen the word. Okay, सुनिन्छ तिमीहरुको बोलेको सुनिन्छ. Okay, radio and television also. Though you can see something from the television, but also the sound is coming. So that is the kind of verbal communication. Okay, so that means that is the kind of what communication? Oral communication. Okay. So, so radio and televisions are also the mass means of communication. So, so I think you knew that. So in the during this corona, okay, so there was the classes going on from the Kantipur FM. Otherwise, there was the classes going on from Dick's home. Okay, so there were the communication from the Kantipur TV also. So from different mediums, okay, BJP FM was also running this one. So why they are running? Because this is the mass means of communication. So radio or the different mediums. So this type of classes, okay, so this type of programs, they are not watched by a single person. They are watched by the many persons of the country. Okay, so though if they are out of the in the city area or they are in the far development places or wherever they are, so they are seeing this home. They are seeing the listening the radios. Okay, so that's why. So this is a mass medium of communication. That means 1 crore, 2 crore, 3 crore people can listen at a time. Okay, so सबैजनाले एकैचोटि सुन्न सक्छ. Otherwise, if the neta is going to say that so tomorrow is Nepal Banda, then what all the people they are going to listen the radio and they will say, oh, Nepal Banda, Nepal Banda. Okay, so that is a wide range of communication. Okay, so during the Baishak Jest, where we were so much alert, okay, so much scared of corona, so we regularly used to listen the radio. आज कतिजना बढ्यो होला, एकजना अम्बो एकजना बढ्यो. Okay, so we used to be so scared. ला नेपालमा पनि आयो, दुईजना अम्बो. Okay, so we used to be so much scared. But now what is there going on? So there are 1,500 cases per day, and we are normal. We are not getting any scared. We are roaming here and there. Okay, so these things, so that they are communicated with the radios and television, so we are ignoring them. 15 जना मात्रै भयो आज. Okay, so it is more than lakh 2 lakhs cases nowadays, but also we are ignoring them. Okay, so so that means so that is a wide means of communication. Okay, so mass means of communication. So Donald Trump अब हट्यो, next president आछ अहिले. So how we knew? Okay, अमेरिकाको कुरा कसरी थाहा होला? रेडियो. Okay, so internet. Okay, so internet अब the अर्कै means of communication, but televisions and radios we are listening it. Okay, so radio and televisions are the quickest means of relaying important messages. Okay, so they are relaying, that means they are supplying the important messages in the wider geographical area of the country. Okay, so whether you are in the hilly, Tarai or mountainous region, we can listen to it. Okay, so we are getting the information of the western part or the eastern part or wherever it is. Okay, so हामीले information पाइरहेछौँ. Okay, so जुनैसुकै कुनामा भए पनि we are getting the information. So radio or television बाट पाइरहेछौँ. So other means of communication, that means the other notable verbal means of communications are the loudspeaker. Okay, so sometimes you can get it. Okay, machi mara na hai. Okay, machi wo our salon. Okay, so this type of communication is also done. Okay, so this type of communication, that means so you can easily know. Okay, so the fish is coming nearby you. That means you will run and you will go and collect the fish from there. Okay, so you will buy the fish from there. That means your communication. So if tattoo will come, that means so that will we can easily find out that some there may be some fire, or there is an ambulance, so police persons they are coming, or some cases are there भनेर तिमीलाई थाहा पाउन सक्छ. Okay, so otherwise there may be the सूचना. Okay, so dictaphone are there, messenger, so messengers are there. So we messengers भनेको चाहिँ सुनो सुनो okay, so they used to come, they used to send the messages. Okay, so it's just भयो भने, so they used to come before, many years before. So they are the messengers. So dictaphones are there. Okay, so एउटा बम्फु जस्तै हुन्छ, एउटा लामो खालको. Okay, and from there they used to communicate. Okay, so त्योभन्दा अलिकति बिफोर पनि एउटा सिनेमा हलको. Okay, so whenever the cinema, so the films used to be changed, they used to communicate it with the help of that phones. Okay, dictaphones are the bottom, so they used to communicate the things from one place to another place. Okay, आज नयाँ फिल्म आएछ राजेश हमालको, and they used to go to watch that film. So अमिताभ बच्चनको नयाँ फिल्म आएछ, let us go भनेर they used to listen this one. Okay, so these are the also kind of verbal means of communication. That means oral means of communication. Right? So written communication. Okay, so how much it is? Okay, so I think this was for today. Okay, so we will do it tomorrow. So there is a lot of topic to be learned. Okay, written communication भनेको so लेखेको. Okay, so if I just leave it like this only, then what you need to do? You need to learn yourself the method of exchanging information by. Okay, so if you are learning in this way, that is the written means of communication. If I leave the this one, okay, and I say you learn yourself, but you need to read yourself. So this is the written communication. But if I'm speaking as well, then that is the oral means of communication. You are listening the sound also. Okay, just you need to see here. I need to see so imagination मा आफै स्वरहरु आउँदछ, यो तिम्रो imagination हुँदछ. Written communication, that means तिमीले लेखेको पढ्नु पर्नेछ. So that is the written communication. Okay, so I have written the letter for you all. Okay, so dear student, please join the class immediately. But we have joined the class. Why? Because there was a written communication over there. Okay, so if I say that from tomorrow there will be the physical classes, I have not told anything. Okay, so I have written the messages and all, and you will come. Okay, so with your graces and all. So that is the written means of communication. Okay, tomorrow we are going to continue this topic, written communication. Okay, so tomorrow, not tomorrow. So on coming Sunday, maybe we are meeting on the coming Sunday. Okay, so we will learn, come and meet physically. Okay, so bye bye for today. Okay, so have a great day. Nah. So I shirt, wash your shirt first. Okay, so you need to buy the different things. Okay, so polish your shoes if your shoes are not in a good conditions. Right, so you need to do everything properly. Okay, so bye bye for today. Have a nice day. Okay, so I will be supplying you in the proper time. Okay, तिमीहरूको कुन टाइममा थियो accounts, त्यो टाइममा I will send it. Okay, and so during 1:40, so I'll have to take the class today. Okay, bye bye.